About the malice borne by Aisha and warning the people of Basra about what was to occur. Whoever can at this time keep himself clinging to Allah should do so. If you follow me, I shall certainly carry you, if Allah so wills, on the path of paradise, even though it may be full of severe hardship and of bitter taste. As regarding a certain woman, she is in the grip of womanly views, and malice is boiling in her bosom like the furnace of the blacksmith. If she were called upon to deal with others as she is dealing with me, she will not have done it. As for me, even hereafter she will be allowed her original respect, while the reckoning of her misdeeds is an obligation of Allah. Part of the same sermon. This path is the lightest course and the brightest lamp. Guidance towards virtuous actions is sought through faith, while guidance towards faith is achieved through virtuous actions. Knowledge is made to prosper through faith, and death is feared because of knowledge. This world comes to an end with death, while the next world is secured by virtuous actions in this world. For people there is no escape from resurrection. They are heading for this last end in its appointed course. Part of the same sermon. They have got up from the resting places in their graves and have set off for the final objectives. Every house has its own people. They are not changed nor shifted from there. Commanding for good and refraining from evil are two characteristics of Allah, the Glorified. They can neither bring death near nor lessen sustenance. You should adhere to the Book of Allah, because it is a strong rope, a clear light, a benefiting cure, a quenching for thirst, protection for the adherent, and deliverance for the attached. It does not curve so as to need straightening, and does not deflect so as to be corrected. Frequency of its repetition and its falling on ears does not make it old. Whoever speaks according to it speaks truth, and whoever acts by it is forward in action. A man stood up and said the following: O Imam Ali ibn Abu Talib, tell us about this disturbance and whether you inquired about it from the Holy Prophet. Thereupon Imam Ali ibn Abu Talib said the following: When Allah the Glorified sent down the verse Alif Lam Mim, what, do people imagine that they will be let off on their sayings, we believe, and that they will not be tried? The Holy Quran, chapter 29, verses 1 to 2. I came to know that the disturbance will not befall us so long as the Prophet is among us. So I said, O Prophet of Allah, what is this disturbance of which Allah the Sublime has informed you? He replied, O Ali, my people will create trouble after me. I said, O Prophet of Allah, on the day of Uhud, when people had fallen martyrs and I was not among them, and this had been very much annoying me, did you not say to me, cheer up, for martyrdom is yours later on? The Prophet replied, yes, it is so, but what about you enduring the present? I said, O Prophet of Allah, this is not an occasion for endurance, but rather an occasion for cheering up and gratitude. Then he said the following: O Ali, people will fall into mischief through their wealth, will show obligation to Allah on account of their faith, will expect His mercy, will feel safe from His anger, and regard His unlawful matters as lawful by raising false doubts, and by their misguiding desires. They will then hold lawful the use of wine by calling it barley water, a bribe by calling it a gift, and taking of usurious interest by calling it sale. I said, O Prophet of Allah, how should I deal with them at the time? Whether to hold them to have gone back in heresy or just in rebellion? He said, in rebellion.